Constant battle against your own protesting body. This isn't just a stomach bug, it's a profound aversion, as if your body is rejecting sustenance from the living world. Historians still debate the specific reasons behind the decline of certain ancient Egyptian dynasties. Some theories involve environmental changes, while others point to internal strife or economic collapse. You, however, are starting to feel a bit like a microcosm of a collapsing empire yourself, with your own internal systems failing. It's all very dramatic, really, like a particularly unpleasant historical reenactment being performed on your digestive system. The fatigue, which began as mere tiredness, deepens into a profound, bone-weary exhaustion that no amount of rest seems to alleviate. You feel constantly drained, every movement an effort, every thought a struggle. Your limbs feel heavy, as if filled with lead, and your eyelids droop involuntarily throughout the day. It's a weariness that seeps into your very bones, a draining sensation that leaves you feeling hollowed out, empty. This isn't just, I need another cup of coffee, tired. This is, I might just fall asleep standing up and not even care, tired. You briefly consider if you could just curl up in a corner of your house and enter a state of suspended animation until this whole thing blows over. Probably not a viable long-term strategy. The reflection in the mirror begins to show changes too. Your eyes, once bright and alert, are now sunken, ringed with dark circles. Your skin has taken on a pallid, almost grayish cast, and your features seem sharper, more drawn. You look gaunt, almost skeletal. It's not just a tired face. It's the face of someone who is slowly, subtly, being drained of life. You barely recognize the person staring back at you, a stranger with haunted eyes. It's as if a sculptor is slowly, carefully, removing pieces of you, leaving only the bare, ancient bone. The physical changes, the constant chill, the phantom smells, they are no longer ignorable. Your rational mind, the one that used to laugh off ghost stories and dismiss superstitions, is now desperately scrambling for answers. You find yourself spending hours online, not just on your usual forums, but delving into obscure academic papers, dusty digital archives, and even those slightly unhinged paranormal enthusiast websites. You're no longer looking for a quick laugh. You're searching for anything that can explain what is happening to you. You start with the most obvious culprit, the tomb itself. You pore over every detail of its discovery, every news report, every grainy photo. You learn about the Pharaoh who rested within, a relatively minor king, perhaps, but one known for his obsessive preparations for the afterlife, his elaborate curses inscribed upon his sarcophagus, and his rather particular taste in burial companions. Apparently, he had a thing for mummified baboons. A true historical fact is that the ancient Egyptians often buried animals, particularly sacred ones like baboons, associated with Thoth, the god of wisdom, with their deceased rulers to accompany them into the afterlife. So perhaps a ghostly baboon is just really bad at sharing its snacks. You delve into the concept of ancient Egyptian curses. You read about the famous Curse of Tutankhamun, which supposedly afflicted those who disturbed his tomb, leading to a rash of mysterious deaths. While most academics largely debunk this as coincidence and media sensationalism, you find yourself lingering on the stories, searching for patterns that might apply to your situation. You discover that curses were not always explicit warnings. Sometimes they were intricately woven into protective spells, designed to ward off evil, but potentially harmful to anyone who breached the sacred space without proper reverence or ritual. It's like a really advanced security system that accidentally electrocutes the FedEx delivery guy. You learn about the Egyptian belief in the Ka and the Ba, spiritual components of the human soul. The Ka was the life force, or spiritual double, that needed sustenance in the afterlife, often provided by offerings. The Ba was the personality, the aspect that could travel between the living and the dead, depicted as a human-headed bird. Historians still debate the exact philosophical nuances between the Ka and Ba, and how they interacted with the physical body and the afterlife. Maybe your particular pharaoh's Ba is just a bit of a homebody and doesn't appreciate uninvited guests. The more you read, the more connections you start to draw. The constant chill? Perhaps the draining of your ka? The fatigue and nausea? Your body's attempt to reject an invading force, an unnatural presence. The marks on your skin? A subtle, spiritual branding. Your rational mind screams confirmation bias, but your gut feeling, that cold, heavy dread, whispers otherwise. You're looking for a rational explanation for something profoundly irrational. It's like trying to explain why toast always lands butter side down using advanced calculus. You research historical accounts of possession, of unexplained illnesses, of ancient artifacts bringing misfortune to their modern owners. You find tales of explorers and archaeologists who reported similar experiences after disturbing sacred sites. Some dismiss them as mental breakdowns, others as a cruel twist of fate. But a pattern begins to emerge, a chilling narrative of ancient powers reacting to modern intrusion. It's like realizing that your old, dusty antique isn't just a pretty conversation piece, but actually has a tiny, angry ghost living inside it. You even venture into the more esoteric corners of the internet, where talk of energetic imprints, spiritual attachments, and karmic retribution abound. You, who once scoffed at such notions, now find yourself reading with a desperate, burgeoning hope. Perhaps there's a solution here, a ritual, a counterspell, a magic word that will send whatever this is back to its dusty, ancient sleep. You find yourself watching YouTube videos of self-proclaimed psychics and demonologists, trying to discern the legitimate from the utterly insane. It's a blurry line these days, and honestly, you're not even sure you care anymore, as long as it offers a glimmer of hope. The irony isn't lost on you. You, the skeptical explorer, the rational mind, now find yourself drawn into a world of ancient magic and supernatural dread.
You feel a profound sense of foolishness, a self-inflicted wound. You opened that tomb, you disregarded the warnings, and now it feels as though something ancient has opened a door into you. The more you understand about the depths of ancient Egyptian beliefs, the more terrifying the simplicity of their curses becomes. They weren't just words, they were intentions, backed by thousands of years of faith and ritual, and you, dear viewer, have walked right into one. The intellectual understanding you're gaining about ancient curses does little to alleviate the growing sense of dread. In fact, it only deepens it, because now you know with a chilling certainty that this isn't just your imagination. The whispers, the cold spots, the phantom smells, they are no longer subtle. They're becoming undeniable, a constant background hum of unease that never truly fades. You are no longer alone in your home. You begin to feel presences, distinct and palpable, even when you know logically that no one else is there. It starts as a subtle shift in the air, a drop in temperature that feels like a heavy cloak settling around you. You'll be sitting on your couch, scrolling through your phone, when suddenly the air grows thick, heavy, as if the oxygen has been sucked out of the room. A chill so profound it aches in your bones will envelop you, and the only sound will be the frantic thumping of your own heart. It's like someone just opened a freezer door right behind you, but instead of ice cream, what wafts out is pure, unadulterated, ancient malice. Then come the shadows. They aren't just normal shadows cast by objects or the play of light. These are deeper, somehow more defined, moving with an eerie independence. You'll catch glimpses of them in your peripheral vision, a long dark shape darting behind a doorway, a fleeting form solidifying for a split second before dissipating into the gloom. You blink, shake your head, tell yourself it's your eyes playing tricks, the result of sleep deprivation and stress. But the images persist, becoming more frequent, more distinct. It's like the world has suddenly developed a very subtle yet terrifying glitch in its